everyone, welcome to another video. Today I have a tutorial on something I created a while ago called the Staggered Fishtail bracelet. I discovered that you could make this bracelet with 3 or more pins. This is a 3-pin version and this is a 4-pin version. So I did create this bracelet on April 23rd, 2014, and the picture was first seen on at 7:24 a.m. or p.m. Sorry. So I do have some proof on my tablet, and I will probably have this in the video. So yeah. Anyways, let's get started with the tutorial. Thanks for watching in advance. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. You're going to need a rainbow loom or a monster tail. You'll need at least 3 pins because, like I showed in the beginning, you can make this bracelet with different pins. And you also need some bands. Today I'm using white, lime green, and teal really looks different on camera. You also need a C-clip. I don't know why, but I have a large C-clip. A normal C-clip also works. And you'll need a hook. You're gonna have to have some colors for the different parts of this bracelet. I don't really know what to call this. But so, as you can tell, I'm going to be calling this white band in here the inner band. And I'm going to be using white for this. And for these other colors, so green and turquoise and pink, I'm going to be calling those the outer band, so I'll be using lime green for that, and I'll also be using teal. So what you want to do first is take your first inner band, and we're going to kind of just start this bracelet off, and pick how many pins you want to use. In this tutorial, I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit both tutorials on how to make the 3-pin version and the 4-pin version. If I have time, I might. So I have to make this quick. So take your first inner band color and you want to lay it on these 2 pins, because we're making the 3-pin version right now. So when you've laid it on these 2 pins, take the side of the band and you're going to twist it onto this pin. So like this. And today I feel kind of energetic, so I might sound a bit weird. Sorry. Okay, but once you have this, and if it's hard to see, I just kind of made a twisty triangle, and if you don't know how to do that, I'll show you how to do that again, because I don't really think I explained that too well. So lay a band on these 2 pins without twisting. Take this side right here, take it, and you want to circle around the pin. So now you have a twisty triangle. And so now we're gonna take our outside bands, which are the colorful bands here. And you're gonna need 3 of them because we are working with we're working with 3 pins, so we're gonna work in a triangle shape. So every time you add on your outer bands, you're gonna just outline the shape. So since we're using 3 pins, this is going to be a triangle. So it doesn't matter where you start, as long as you stay consistent. So you can just outline it like this, and take your next band, which should be an inner band, and you're gonna lay it on these 3 pins like a triangle. So you only need 1 band for this part. So now we can start a hooking process, and every time you hook the bands, you want to make sure that you've added 3 layers on. So not 3 layers of bands, but this inner band is 1 layer. The outer bands are all 1 layer, and the bottom inner band here is 1 layer. So you want to have 3 layers on there, and you're just going to hook over the bottom bands on each pin. I think this is kind of easy. No, not much to explain. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, now we're going to add on our next outer layer. So using teal for this, and since I'm going to do what I did last time to stay consistent, I'm going to lay it on these 2 pins first. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this at first. It does not matter where your red arrow is. I just have mine to the left, but you can have yours to the... So after you've outlined this, we have added on another layer, which adds up to 3 layers. Okay, you want to remember this. Every time you add an outer layer, you're going to be hooking over the outer layer bands. Now, there are 2 bands for the outer layer on the bottom. So you're going to take those 2 bands up and over. And you don't want to just take 1 band up, you want to take 2. And if it just makes it easier for you, you can do 1 at a time. Like this. So, adding on my inner layer. On all 3 pins, I've laid it on all 3 pins. And we can hook over the bottom band now. Now just going to take the bottom inner layer band and just hook it over the pins on all 3 sides. So pretty much we're going to repeat the same thing, and I'll show you how to do this a couple more times because I want to show you how to make this on the 4 pin version. So take an outer band and we're going to keep it consistent. Just place it on these 3 pins in a triangle shape and push that down if it makes it easier, and hook over the bottom 2 bands. Since we just outlined the triangle and added our outer layer bands on, we hook over 2 bands on the bottom. So this is our bracelet. It's starting to form. Once you do a little more, it's gonna grow. And we're gonna add on a band all around the 3 pins. And this is an inner layer band, so we're just gonna hook over 1 band on the bottom. It's going to be the same color. It should be the same color as the band you placed on the pins. Okay, so just going to take 3 more bands and we're going to add in our outer layer bands now. So just place these on because you want to outline the shape like so. And now you can hook over the bottom 2 bands since we just outlined the shape. So this bracelet is kind of easy, and when you see that it's forming, you can just tug on it like that and your bracelet should be forming. So I'm just going to show you how to do this one more time for each layer. So add on one of your inner bands, put it on all 3 pins, and hook over 1 band every time you hook over an inner band. When you are done with that, you can add on your outer layer bands, which are just simply outlining the triangle like this. And every time you hook over bands that have the outer layer bands on top, you want to hook over 2. So if you are following along with this tutorial and making the bracelet right now, I recommend that you pause the video, and when I come back, I'm going to show you how to end up this bracelet. So anyways, I'm going to finish my bracelet, or else I'm going to work on it, and I will be back in a few seconds. I didn't finish my full bracelet. As you can tell, I only did like a few more layers. So this is how far I got, and I'm going to end off So to end this bracelet off, you want to end on an inner band, which is, for me, a white band. So if you haven't done that already, you should do that now. Once you are here, this is really easy. All you're going to do is take the bottom 2 bands and just pull them over the top pin. You should be left with that last thing you put on the pin. And now we're just going to take our hook, take one of the take one of the sides of the band, and you're just going to transfer it onto 1 pin. And once you are there, you can add on a C-clip. Just going to take my C-clip. I have stuck it onto the pin here. You see all 3 layers, and just take it off once you are sure. So there you have your bracelet. So now I'm going to show you how to make the 4-pin version. You'll need everything you needed to make the 3-pin version. By the way, the 4-pin version is going to take more bands if you haven't realized. So we're going to use 4 pins this time. You can use more than 4 pins if you would like. Just, you can figure out a way. So I'm going to place a band, but first you want to have your red arrow on the right. So I'm going to place the band diagonally because I'm going to be using these 4 pins right here in this square shape. So I'm covering up the pins I'm not using. So I'm using these 4 pins. Once you've made your diagonal band, you're going to take this top part here and you're going to twist it onto this pin. And this is hard to do because I'm looking at the screen right now. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to do the same exact thing to this side though. So if you don't see that tiny little triangle right there, you should now. There's a band, the diagonal band. You're going to take this and you're going to pull it up and onto this pin. Twist it while you do that. So just, like if you don't understand how to do it, all you do is just circle around the pin. And now we're going to add on our bands. So like the Staggered Fishtail 3-pin version, we're going to outline the shape. So just keep it consistent. Don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to outline it, like start with the first 2 pins I used. I'm just going to start like that, and I'm going to keep on doing that. And so we have outlined this shape. That should be a square. We're going to now add another inner band. And so I have been calling them inner bands and outer bands. Okay, add on an inner band, and they're going to be around all 4 pins. So you can push that down, and make sure none of your bands overlap though, because mine are right now. So take the bottom band that should be white, and you want to take it over the pin. Pull it over the pin. Hook it over all of the pins, and then we can add on our next layers. Okay, but now we can add on our outer layer. So taking a band, we're using single bands by the way. Single bands. Outline the shape, and you want to keep it consistent, as in placing the bands in the same exact order you have before. So like this. So now you can pull the bottom layer up and over the pin, and something you can do to prevent the band from slipping off the pin is to just push it down. So this is what you should have, and I'm going to add on an inner layer, which is just a band around all 4 pins. Now just hook over the bottom band. Oh, and I forgot to mention last time, now we can add on our outer bands, and every time you hook on the outer bands, what you want to do is hook over the bottom 2 bands. So I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I don't think I did. But if you don't do that, then you want to make sure that you do that. So hook over the bottom 2 bands. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this one more time. So you can add on an inner layer band, which is a band all around 4 pins. Now hook the bottom band up and over. So when you are done, I'm going to show you how to do this one last time for the outer layer. So just outline that shape. Since we're using 4 pins, it should be either a diamond or a square. Now you can hook over the bottom 2 bands. Okay, so if you are following along with this tutorial and if you're confused, you should rewind the video and rewatch the previous instruction. If you are, when you are done, unpause or whatever you call it, and I'll show you how to end this. So I'll be back. And I'm going to show you how to end off this bracelet now. So this is ending it off with the 3-pin version. So you want to end on this inner band, and I did not continue this at all. So when you are done hooking over the last band, which should be the inner band, you're just gonna hook over these 2 bottom bands. These should be the color of your outer layer. So when you are done with that, we're going to just move all these bands to the same pin so we can attach a C-clip. Once you have gotten all of your 4 bands on the same pin, you're going to take your C-clip, and actually I didn't say this before, but if you would like, and if you think this is too much for your clip to handle, you can take a single band or as many bands as you would like and just pull it through this. But since I think the C-clip can handle this, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna slide it on there. Your band's off once you're sure that they're all on the C-clip. So now you can give this a tug to see what it will look like. And this is what mine looks like. I enjoyed this tutorial. I have a bunch of samples here. I actually had like 2 more of these because I gave them away. So now I just have random samples. And these 2 are 4 pins. And I don't have a full length of a bracelet in the 4-pin version. But these 2 are 3 pins. These bracelets are super easy to make, in my opinion. And if you do make them, please hashtag kllooms on Instagram and tag me in your photo so I can see it, because I would love to see your bracelets. Anyways, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!